When men go to war, they go with weapons of swords, guns, bows, and arrows. They go with anything that would aid their victory in the end, for no victor conquers without the aid of a weapon. There's a war in my head, one I've been fighting for so long without the skills of a warrior and without the appropriate weapons. It's obvious that I'm not strong enough against the merciless claws of words that keep telling me that I am not and will never be. These words, they draw blood, maybe not physically, but mentally and emotionally they do. These words of thoughts have tried so hard to escape. These guns and bullets that seem to pierce through my flesh. These arrows that seem to hit their mark every single time it comes. It's been a raging storm. One that seems to sweep me off my feet every single time it comes. How can I fight the battle of the king when I can't seem to win the war that is in my own head? As the days go by and the months roll by, it seems as though the only semblance of peace that I can have is giving into these voices. It seems as though the only option that is best is surrender. And I know that I am not alone. I know I'm not the only person fighting the voices of anxiety and depression and low self-esteem, but I came to say to you that I hear the voice of my commander, whose victory I've been sent here to be an enforcer of. I hear the voice of he that breaks the cedars of Lebanon. I hear the voice of he that resounds as thunder. I hear that voice, and it is mighty above every other voice in my head. I hear him say to every faculty of my being, reconverge and colonize. He's not just speaking to me, he's speaking to you as well. I hear him say to us in accents clear and still, he says expressly. When I said it is finished, I actually meant it is finished. I won the victory, and I won it so you wouldn't have to faint in battle. So why do you keep succumbing to a battle that has been won already? I didn't just die for your sicknesses and your pains and your trauma. I died for every bit of you, and that includes your self-esteem as well. I died so you could have a glimpse of that which was before the fall of Adam. I died so you could live a life akin to that which you would be in the fullness of time. I died so that you could be more. No, you're not just matter that has mass and occupies space on the earth. You really do matter in the master's economy and in the advancement of the kingdom of the one true king. For you were sent here by the one who is ancient in and through time. You were sent here as the pen with which is the instrumentality of the writings of God upon the hearts of men. You were sent here as a burning bush whose essence is to conquer. You were sent here not just for battle, but you were sent here to enforce the victory that Jesus has won already. You're not a mediocre. No, you never have been and you never will be. Not before time began, not in time, and not even when time ceases to exist. But the DNA of the one whose history time has no record of is embedded in you. And so you were sent to bring hope and to shine as light to every sphere that you find yourself. For your purpose here is to colonize. And I know that sometimes it's hard when you're fighting with the voices in your head. But in the days of the mighty whispers of darkness, in the days when the princes of this world and the demons of territories, when they seem to wage war against you, be it physically or in your mind or even in your head, remember that you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers and powers of darkness. Remember also that the weapons of your warfare, they are not carnal. No, they are mighty through God. Remember that the one that has sent you has not left you without reinforcement. And so in the days when it seems as though you cannot move forward anymore, you will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in therein. An assurance that you are not alone. Remember the stones that were picked by the crucible of your hands and walk with them. Remember that this battle that you fight is one whose end is known already, and even the devil knows who the victor is. But that won't stop him though. But also remember that fear is his greatest asset. So give no place to fear and stand your ground. Maintain your positions, dear warrior. Keep the instructions of the Lord and God your master, for in those instructions are your strategies for war. Remember that for this war and any to come, you are assured of victory, simply because your fight is from victory. And soon, soldier, you'll be home.